Authentication has become more important in today's time than it was ever. E-commerce is growing, and with this growth comes concerns. Concerns among consumers if they are consuming whatever food or pharma medicines are genuine or not. Today, we are joined by Mr. Ankit Gupta, Managing Director of Holistic and the Vice President of ASPA. Hello, Mr. Ankit, sir. How are you?
Thank you. Really good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, Ankit, first of all, we would like to know why is authentication necessary in today's times?
I think the biggest thing here is social impact, right? So we're talking about one, the fact that people are using their hard-earned money to buy products and they deserve to get authentic products. You do not, as a consumer, want to use or eat any duplicate food or counterfeit medicines, or for that matter, drive in a car which has a counterfeit aftermarket spare part, right, which leads to an accident. So the social implications of using a counterfeit products are very, very high. And then comes economic side of it, which is that the deserving company, which has really created the brand with so much of effort, should truly get the profits and reap the benefits of it, right?
Yes.
And third, what happens also on the at the macroeconomic level is when a counterfeit product is being counterfeited and manufactured by a counterfeiter, he or she may not be following the right standards of even paying the right salaries, right? So the taxes, for that matter, even taxes are not truly paid by these organizations. So there's a lot of different aspects of the advantages of using and buying anti-counterfeiting solutions for these brands to stop counterfeiting.
One thing that our readers always find keen on is where do these counterfeiters disrupt the supply chain?
So very interestingly, what happens is one misnomer which people have in the market is that people think that counterfeit product sells separately from genuine products. Unfortunately, in this country, all you need is to pay 100 rupees, as small as 100 rupees to a chotu, if I may call him, in the supply chain, to remove the genuine product carton from the supply chain and put an ingenuine product over there. And that the supply chain continues to move.
And what is enabling these counterfeiters?
Oh, the incentives are very, very high.
Okay.
The incentives are very, very high, right? Just imagine, for example, if there's a product in the market getting sold for 2,500 rupees and the true cost of manufacturing from this counterfeit product is just 250 rupees or 500 rupees, then the incentive of he or she to counterfeit is very high.
Okay.
So it's basically economic. It's basically, for the lack of better word, just greed or lalach.
And where does ASPA come in all of this disruption?
So interestingly, ASPA started as HOMAI, which is Hologram Manufacturers Association of India, about 25 years back. Over time, HOMAI eventually grew in size and then eventually became ASPA, which is Authentication Solution Provider Association. We're about 80 odd members today,
Okay.
but growing really, really fast. We actually launched our Middle Eastern chapter.
Acha.
Right, so ASPA has, in that sense, truly gone global, and now we plan to expand and add members in the Middle Eastern area, Middle East area, to that job. As we expand from just being a hologram association to an authentication and association to a traceability and authentication association, the range is really expanding, because and it's very, very clear that all these technologies have to work together.
Okay.
So all these different technologies are going to get combined in some form to solve the problem of counterfeiting. Okay. So ASPA is that platform which enables people to come together, like-minded people to come together, to collaborate, to discover, to debate, and potentially create the right solution for the problem.
Can you give me an example? What kind of solutions are we talking about here?
So I'll tell you. So one thing which we are a huge proponent of, and which we and me personally also, is the whole concept of 1 और 11.
Achha.
Right? 1 + 1 = 11. So every technology has its limitations, right? Every technology will have. For example, let me talk about the most obvious technology which we guys keep hearing about: QR codes.
Yes.
Right? So QR code independently is a beautiful technology for supply chain traceability, but is it the right technology for security? One can question. And a very simple way to test that is, when you create a photocopy of a QR code and use an app to check it, it will still give you a false positive. The problem now is that, is this genuine or not? Now, but integrating a QR code with some other visible technology, which could be holography, creates a more comprehensive and a complete solution.
Okay.
Right? One thing which I think which we don't want as an Indian is when we talk about Make in India, we don't want Make in India to become Fake in India. Right? So we don't want that stamp on India that India is where you can get fake products. And how our technologies or ASPA is working is to ensure that these brands who truly deserve get what they get, right? And also authentic products are actually getting sold, not fake products. One other example I can give you for the benefit of all the viewers is the currency note. Why does a currency note have so many technologies? It could have been a very simple printout. Why does it have so many technologies? So security printing, security inks, digital solutions, they all bring different elements of security in it. And how players like us or authentic people in the authentication industry work is to how do we combine these technologies together to create the right solution. At an intrapack event, there was an ASPA conference. That conference entailed that there should be some sort of incentivization for consumers who are scanning the QR codes or any using the technology. So I'll tell you, incentivization is happening in some different forms. For that matter, if you talk about products which are getting sold in the automotive industry, okay, right? Typically, what will happen is that the mechanic decides what spare part. If you talk about the furniture industry or the carpentry industry, right? It is the carpenter who's deciding which ply to use, right? So all these brands, anyway, to push their product, used to have a physical coupon. Okay. Right? Now, what is starting to happen is with these technologies and solutions in the market, on one side, you're dealing with authentication. On the other side, you're also giving loyalty management to these companies. Okay. So that they can potentially incentivize the carpenter or the mechanic to scan and check the authenticity and get these extra points to get money of some sort, an incentive to buy their product. Okay. So that aspect is happening. Yeah, but that is very interesting. I think it will. I think it will promote it more. No, it definitely does. Yeah, incentives work, right? Yeah. I think nobody can debate incentives don't work, right? So incentives though are here to say. I don't agree to the concept of free money. I think there's no free money. There's no free meal, as they call it. As in that's what my MBA professor taught us. There's no free meal, right? So it's always that kahin na koi hook hoga. But I think in all fairness, I would say that technologies like whatever we're talking, physical, digital, may then be talking about different aspects of loyalty management, inventory management, warehouse management. There are different advantages which come with digital enablement. Yes. Right? So there is these different modules which have been built around it. Right? So all these advantages are the carry on or the added advantages of using these technologies. I think people will have much more to look forward to from ASPA. Thank you, Ankit. Thank you for joining us for this episode. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Packaging South Asia team, for having ASPA and giving us an opportunity to talk about what we do. Thank you.